something here, so we're all sorted. It's Dougie's Atomic Dustbin, part 14, with today's special guest on the introducing a band that's not even released a track yet, and we've got that. I'm going to let him introduce himself. Good morning, how are you doing?
Hello, Greg. I'm great, thank you. How about yourself?
Sound man. So what's the name of the band? Can you pronounce it for me? Because I'll only cock it up, mate.
Yeah, loads of people like mispronounce it. It's LUNARCA. So it's
Lunarca.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite a weird way of saying it, but yeah,
Yeah, well, I'm dyslexic, so I read stuff and I just make my own words up. It's the best way to
fair
be.
enough.
So
Yeah,
you've sent us your debut track that's not even been released yet.
no, it's not released now. Yeah,
That's wonderful. Thanks for that. So we're going to play that.
it's all right.
We're going to play that at the end of this segment. And obviously the green room. We have a little thing about a virtual green room. And because we spent that much yesterday on the divas, all that was left was what was left of the cheese board. So
Cheese board, yeah.
apologies for that. But
No, it was nice. There's like one cheese block, but it was great. Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful. So tell us a bit about the band. Who's in the band? How many? Is it just you, or is it how many?
Yeah, no, it's not just me. There's four of us, so the majority of us go to college together, and that's how we formed. Kind of like we didn't know each other. We just kind of met at college. Our drummer, he's going off to uni, but he's obviously not at college with us. But I mean, we're all around the similar age. I'm the youngest, so I'm the lead singer in the band and the frontman. And then we've got Elliot Britton. He's a lead guitarist. We've got Jasper Elliott, who's a bassist, and then Tom Stafford, who's the drummer, and then myself, Connor Berry, who's like the front man. But I mean, it's great. Like obviously, we're from Sheffield.
Excellent.
Gigging around, it's amazing.
Well, great part of the world, great place for bands as well. The North, the North Fall seems great. I used to live in Donny, so I'm not far, a million miles away from Sheffield. So,
yeah.
so you're all relatively young. So, how long you been performing together? Oh, sorry, how long has it took you to get to this point, or is it just relatively new?
It's really new, to be honest. I mean, we met mid-November, I think it were last year. So it's not been long. We met mid-November, and we did our first gig about 2 months ago or something. And then we've just been going around like the circuit in Sheffield, trying to like build up our name. And then we thought, let's get some music out. Because we've got so many original songs. Because when we do gigs, we just do all originals. So
that's wonderful. Yeah, you need to fire them out, and we'll be following your progress. So what's the long-term aim? Are you just going to keep? Because obviously you're at a turning point where you'll all go off and do other things if you're at college. So you're planning to try and keep the band rocking.
Well, I'd like to personally. It's hard, like you said, because everyone's like going off and doing different things and whatnot. But like, I'd like to. Well, no, we are. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna try our best to stick together and like try and in the long run make it big time. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I don't know. It's just the most fun I've had in a long time because you're just with your mates, aren't you? Just like gigging about. It's just
it's wonderful, and that's why I like interviewing bands, and that message comes out a lot is the enjoyment you get out of it. The band yesterday were interviewed, doing it because they love it. The band last week, they love it. They're going to see where it takes them. If it takes them somewhere, then fine. If not, so what's your ultimate aim? Where you're hoping to get to? Are you just doing it for the fun?
I'd like to get to the point where I can meet Paul McCartney. That's all I'm doing it for. Meet Paul McCartney.
You better hurry up, mate, because he's bobbing on now. He's 80. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You need to get your wriggle on. He could keel over any day.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but it would. I don't know. Obviously, the goal is like every other band, make it big time and whatnot. But Paul McCartney, I'd be happy with that.
So, Paul, it's amazing how an artist like Paul McCartney and the Beatles and the songwriting has endured so long that even young bands like yourself now are still referring to Paul McCartney. That is outstanding, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the Beatles are my favourite bands, like by a mile. I like Oasis, obviously, but like, the Beatles are my favourite band. I love them. I just think they're great.
Can't beat it, mate. I grew up on it. So it's some fantastic tunes. I think they've influenced a lot of bands. So who else is your influence besides the old Beatles? The Beatles.
I mean, to be honest, it kind of is just the Beatles.
Just the
I
Beatles.
like Queen. Well, I like Queen, but I don't listen to much like modern music. It's literally just older music.
Really?
60s and like 70s rock is like what I really like.
How comes that? Is it your parents? Are your parents always listening to that?
No, I like 50s rock and roll as well, but no, not really. My dad listened to a bit of Elvis. My dad likes Elvis, but apart from that, no one listened to the Beatles and whatever. I just watched the movie yesterday. I don't know if you know that movie. You know, Yesterday, the movie.
Oh yeah.
I watched that and I thought, oh, they're quite cool. So that's how I got into the
Oh,
Beatles.
they were
Really,
brilliant, mate. They changed the landscape of modern music with that. And people go, "Oh, don't like the Beatles, they were crap." Yeah, well, if it wasn't for bands like them,
music wouldn't be the
they
same.
just totally changed it. They just
Yeah.
and it's brilliant. And the fact that they came from the UK and what have you is wonderful as well. Right. Oh, I tell you what, we sometimes ask on the other show. So what bands would you like the Beatles? What band would you put in Room 101? Like never to be seen again?
Oh,
You don't have to answer that question if you want. But
No,
I
I
like
will.
to throw
No,
it
I
in. I
will.
like to throw it in because it's a good one.
Oh, so like if I was to never see a band again.
Yeah, because you think they're crap or whatever, or they're overplayed or whatever the case may be.
Well, that's a really odd
I
question.
know it is. It's a toughie, mate. It's a toughie.
Well, to be fair, I don't like modern music, so I'm
Right.
not too keen on like, music from the 2000s. I think Arctic Monkeys were all right. I quite like them. They're all
Yeah.
right, but I don't know anything new. I'm not keen on because I think it all just sounds the same. Sam Fender's cool, but not my cup of tea really.
Now here's the quandary, fella. You are
Yeah.
new music.
Well, yeah, but that is true. But ours is a bit different because I feel like indie music's just like twangy guitars and all that.
Yeah.
But I prefer the more like rocky kind of side to it. So a bit
Sound.
like the heavier sound. So
Well, I hope it's good because I've not even listened to the track yet. So if
haven't you?
if it's rubbish, yeah, no, I'm not.
It's like a massive shot in the dog.
Yeah, I am entrusting my producer to give me good stuff. So I have not even. I have not even listened to the track yet. So
I'm a bit nervous now.
I've only just downloaded it.
All right,
And
fair
uploaded
enough.
it to the station. So if it's rubbish, I know it won't be rubbish because we've got high standards on this show. Oh, wonderful. So what you studying at college then? What are you doing there?
I do music at college.
Oh, cool. That makes sense.
I don't really enjoy it too much, to be honest. I hate school. I just hate school and college. I've never liked it.
Leave them.
Well, I am leaving. I know I'm dropping out, which is probably a bit
leave.
like,
Get away from it. See,
Yeah.
I talk in sixth forms and what have you, and sixth form's not for everyone. University's not for everyone. It's not everyone's in that mindset and that frame. But you need to go and find something you're passionate about and get on with that. So what would you want apart from music? What would your dream job be then?
Well, I like creative things. So like I like social media, like marketing and all sorts like that. Because I used to last year I had a YouTube channel and it weren't music, it was gaming. But like I built that up and I had like 100,000 subscribers or something. But I just like social media,
keep that going. You get some money out of that. Get a few quid.
Well, I quit it because I got a bit bored, to be honest. But it was a good job.
100,000 followers. You can get some coining with that, mate.
I know views. I could have. I know. Well, I did, but like I just had a bit of enough, really.
You absolute fool! Keep it going. Do something else like that. Seriously, get the money in to fund you, so you don't have to go to college. And you know what I mean. And you can go and do what you want to do, which is being a band, being a bit rock and roll. Yeah. We need to bring some of the rock and roll back, don't we? The rock and roll attitude.
I love it. I absolutely love rock and roll. It's just the best. I just love it so much.
Excellent.
I don't know. I think it's making a return, to be honest. I think it's all making a return, like kind of like 90s. Everyone's starting to get back into like the older bands and like Oasis. Everyone's starting to, like Liam just did Nebworth, didn't he? It's like everyone's starting to get into it.
It goes in circle. You want to watch? I don't know if you watched it, but watch the documentary that for 2019 about how it was, or how it is, or whatever.
As it was, yeah.
Absolutely brilliant, and it's a really good fly on the wall behind the scenes about him. And I think it's a phenomenal piece of TV to watch. So yeah. Cool.
Yeah, this is very cool. Yeah.
So when you're releasing your we've got your debut because we're going to play that in a second. We're going to let you get on with your day, see what you want to do. You know what I mean? When you've been a student, you'd probably just go and lie down for a few hours in a darkened room, won't you?
I'm not going to college. That's the truth. I've just like stopped going now.
Excellent. Mom, Kirk said don't go to college anymore, so I've jacked it in. I believe in him.
That's true. I tell my parents.
Oh, I forgot what I was going to say to you then. There's something I was going to say, and I can't think what it was. It's totally gone from my head. But it's been wonderful. Oh yeah. So you've released this. You've got not this track to be released now. So you said you've got loads of music to release. So what's the plan for that? You're going to release it trickle it out over the next few months?
We're going to try and release a track every month, and then like obviously build it up from there.
Cool.
But I mean, it's hard because like being in a band, everyone has to be free for the entire day and everyone works and everything. I mean, it's not hard for me because I just don't do anything. I mean, I'm not even in college, so it's just like, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna try and get one track out a month, and then hopefully like we'll have like 10 out by the end of the year or loads. I don't know.
You're the laziest driven person I've ever met.
No, I'm very driven. I promise. I'm very driven. Listen, I woke up an hour ago.
No, I love it, mate. Seriously, I love your vibe. I think you're great. I think it's been an absolute giggle chatting to you. I love you to bits. So we're going to let you get on because these are the minis. We've been on for our allotted time. So thanks very much for coming on the show. Thanks for giving us your debut track. Say hello to the rest of the gang for us, and we will be watching from the studio what you do over the next few months. And
cool.
If whatever you want to do, mate, just rock it, yeah? So do you want to tell us, so this track that we're going to play now, do you want to tell us a bit of a background behind it, what it is, what it means? Or
yeah, sure. So I'll be honest, when I write my songs, because this is one I wrote, I don't know what I write them about. I kind of just write them and then I have a song and I'm like, all right. So it's kind of like up for interpretation. But if you look at the lyrics, it's a lot about, well, it's living as me. So I guess it's about living as me. So it's about how I dropped out of cotton. It's not, but it's just like, you know, it's about dreaming and like what you want and like, you know, what's like, it's one of the lyrics is take a trip outside your head. So it's just a bit like you know, maybe a delusional. I don't know. It's up for interpretation, really.
I love it, mate. Education is not for you, man. You're just a creative. You're a dreamer, and that's what
I am a massive dreamer.
That's what you need to be doing. So this is the before you go, we have to do an artist drop for me. So can you say hello? This is from your band name. You're listening to DuggystoneRadio. Go.
Hello, this is Connor Berry from LUNARCA, and you're listening to DuggystoneRadio. Did I say that right, or did I just say that right?
Mate, that was absolutely bang on, better than a lot of people do. I love it. We're going to play your track. Good luck with everything you do in the future. Keep in touch.
Cool.
Thanks very much.
Thank you for having me on.
No worries,
Cheers.
mate. No worries.
Thank you.
So we're going to listen to this track now. Hope it's good. See you later, man.
To make it someday.
It's staying on. I like it.
It won't be hard to see unless you're living in the mind.
What do you think, people? Check them out. Woo! Yeah, baby.
So take a trip outside your head. You'll find a place where the music's dead. Do they still believe in rock and roll? Or has the nation lost its soul? I've spent my time and only your time. Oh my baby, this must be a crime when you're living as me. Living as me. When you're living as me. Living as me. When you're living as me. Yeah. When you're living as me.
How cool is he, Connor? LUNARCA, unreleased track. Well, it depends when you're watching this. And thanks to Wolf and Brew for sponsoring that segment of the show. Duggystone Radio, Dougie's Atomic Dustbin. I thought that was absolutely wonderful. What do you reckon? What do you reckon to that? Seriously, that was absolutely wonderful.
This is Charles Motorbike from the Charles Motorbike Show, and you are listening to Dougie's Atomic Dustbin on Duggystone Radio. So choir kids, what's your opinion of Dougie's Atomic Dustbin? Keep it hip sway, baby.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful.